Alright, today is Saturday, July 17th. And I just got my first corona shot. I did have an option to take the one-shot deal, which is a much better shot. But you have to sign up, make an appointment, and they're booked for every day. And I just wanted to get it over with while I'm feeling only a little bit better today. You do have to pay for the test unless you have insurance to cover it. But I went ahead to just do the shot, which is free at CVS Pharmacy. And so I've got the two-step shot, and you have to come back within 3 weeks of this first shot to get the next shot. So I guess August. You have to fill out one little form with 10 questions, and it just basically asks you if you're allergic to any medications, have any allergic reactions to anything. And one of the things is the ingredients to e-cig juice, which I've had an e-cig company for a long time and made my juices because I wouldn't order any from Orient because you don't know what's in it. And they ask you if you're allergic to that, and then they ask you if you have any heart problems, and just kind of 10 little simple questions, easier than going to a doctor. You know, when I give you the form and go, fill this out before we sign you up. It's only 10 little questions, real simple. They do take your temperature. You have to wear a face mask, which I always do anyway. I always wear a face mask indoors, that's for sure. And outdoors, if you get less than 6 foot from me, I'm wearing my mask. That's just the way it is. Again, it's free. I didn't have to make an appointment. I walked into CVS. They want you to stand at the pickup counter, and then they'll come wait on you. And it's really quick. You can ask them any questions you want. They hand you 3 little pieces of paper with 10 questions on them total, and or about 10 questions on there. Just little check boxes, yes, no, and you can write in there a response if you need to. And then they immediately take you back there and give you the first shot and explain to you got to get the second one in 3 weeks. What's interesting is the girl that gave me a shot can't take the shot. I thought that was kind of interesting. And I'm petrified of needles. Normally, my kids hold my hand. I'm a big baby. I don't do needles well. And because I will cry. And so anyway, it does hurt, like they're putting the needle in really deep. They may not be. You get to pick which arm. I took the right arm. And because I'm ambidextrous, but I do a lot of things with my left arm too. And so I didn't want to mess up my right arm. But it felt like a ball, like they were shooting a ball of honey in there, like a 1-inch ball of honey. Is what it felt like. Not almost like a dirt clod, but without the rocks. It was just really felt thick. And it's real quick, but it hurts because they're in there so long. And then you have to move your arm around a lot, or it'll get really sore later, they say. So you got to put your arm up and down around in circles and kind of keep going to make sure you don't get in a lot of pain later, because some people say it really hurts later. The first shot, most people normally don't get sick from it. The second shot, some people say they have a little bit of effects. To where it's like 1 day to 3 days, maybe, of not feeling too well. Some people do good on both, just boom. But usually on the first shot, nothing happens, but that second shot could be problematic. So you need to be where you could like lay down and sleep and all that on that second shot if you're not feeling well. So you need to figure out what you're going to do. Get a hotel room for a night or two, whatever. Like I say, they do take your temperature. It is free. CVS, I walked right in, no appointment, nothing. I did call in advance and I had a big long recording, tells you all this stuff. If I would have gone to their so-called minute clinic in the CVS, I could have got their, this is minute clinic, I could have got that one shot one, which is the better shot. They say that is the ultimate, to have that one shot instead of the two. I just wanted to get it while I was feeling kind of good today, because I feel crappy like all the time. Or like since the beginning of the pandemic. Well, before that. And my health is crappy. But anyway, the reason I took it was because I was feeling a little better today. Two, and I've been, boosting up on my vitamins too. Like, that's a really big thing with me, vitamins. Two, because there's so many tourists in town, and they're very disrespectful, and they don't wear masks, and they're like up your butt and hitting your shoulder and everything else. They're just all over you. So they have zero respect. And then because usually if you have the shot, you won't necessarily die if you get corona. That's a good thing. You still need to wear face masks. I don't care what anybody says, and the CDC just changed their policy a couple weeks ago too about that. It's still really important to social distance. Don't think you're bulletproof, because you're not. This is some really serious crap. And I'm going to tell you, I've had vaccinations all my life. I've been over-vaccinated when I was a kid. My parents are Navy. And I'm going to tell you, I've had chickenpox, measles, mumps, all that horse crap. And had it once and twice over, even though I had all kinds of shots. So it's a good preventative measure. It's the only way we're going to try to control this and eliminate it, just like any other illness in the past that hurt people, like polio and all that. You don't want that stuff to come back. Take the shots. It's really super, super important. There's a bunch of places doing it free. Walk in, no appointment. Do it. Today is Saturday, and I just walked in this joint. Right now it's 1:15 in the afternoon. They also want you to stay around for about 15 minutes after you have the shot to see if you have any reactions. So I kind of feel ugh now that I had the shot, kind of ugh. It feels weird. But every time I've traveled to Europe, I've always had to have more shots, or you can't get on the plane. So I've had shots all my life. Teaching school, I've always had the shots every year. So it's not like I haven't done them since I was 10 years old. I have done them through my life. Also, I had a child that was sick with HIV, not HIV/AIDS, but the HIV illness when she was a baby, and they came to me and said, well, do you want to take a shot too? Because we have a shot for it, and they didn't have that when she was born, and so they're going to treat her also or something. And I said, well, hell yeah. I said, because people's kids come running up to me, wrap around my legs, and come talk to me, and love to sit in my lap, and everybody's kids love me, so kids and animals, so yeah, absolutely. So I took that shot, so willingly. So anyway, it's just really a good precautionary measure, and we can get more people to take the shots. We can hopefully knock this thing out of the ballpark, get it more under control. But there's so many people that haven't made the shots, and they won't wear a mask, and they won't social distance, and it's spreading, and it's starting over. We're going to go into lockdown if you guys quit fooling around here. Florida's already going up in corona cases. That's another reason why I went ahead to try to get the shot some way, somehow, when I'm feeling kind of a little better. I would have liked to have had corona test before I did it, but you have to pay for that. I don't have insurance, and I just can't afford to pay for it. So, it'd be interesting to know if I've had it, because I feel like I've had it twice already. But, who knows? But anyway, I got my first shot today. Do yourself a favor, get one too. I got a friend that his parents didn't believe in shots, and his name is Gary Tuckman in California. He's still alive today, oddly enough. And we used to call him the Gimp. And he knew we called him the Gimp. And one whole side of his body is like a bird leg body. His arms tweaked up, and he can't walk good. And he got polio because his parents didn't believe in the shots. And it's really a horrible thing to live with. There's 2 people today in iron lungs. They don't even make iron lung anymore. So it's really a bad thing when parts and stuff break, because you can't get the parts either. You have to have parts custom made. And these people will finish their life that way. And they got sick and ruined them. So, still alive today. One's a lawyer, and there's a lady also, if you look it up on the internet. True story. Guy's still alive today. Really smart guy too. But yeah, it's real serious. Please do consider getting the shot, or at least the first step shot, something. I will say the better shot, they say, is the one-shot deal. That's the higher quality shot. So if you have an option to get that, do consider. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse. It's only what I've heard from the medical people in the past year. So my preference would have been to take the one-shot deal. But I ended up with a 2-step. But it is free in most places. Don't go into a hospital and go, hi, I need a corona shot, because they're going to charge you for it. A corona test, they're going to charge you for it. You've always got to ask, does it cost me any money? That's rule 1. Does it cost me any money? First thing you need to ask. So, I'm really impressed with the service here at the CVS in Mary Esther on 98 in Mary Esther Boulevard near the Santa Rosa Mall. I walked in. I stood at the Minute Clinic for 20 minutes looking stupid, and nobody never come. Girl walked down the hall and said, oh, you can go right over there to pharmacy. But if you want the one-step, you need to go here, but people are lined up through the day. Otherwise, you can go to the pharmacy and they'll wait on you. I went, okay, I went over to the pharmacy, stood at the window for a total of about 2 minutes, and girl was waiting on me. Got my shot in about 7 minutes total time between her waiting on me, me asking questions, me fill out the 10-question thing, and going in that room and getting the shot. And then you gotta wait 15 minutes around the store before you can go. Make sure you don't have a reaction, because you need to be near medical people there. So, yeah, do it. Do it. That good service. I'm really impressed. I didn't think it was going to be this simple, because I was at Walmart earlier, and that was some Mickey Mouse charade. But anyway, I did my first shot. Congrats to me. And I feel a little better, but I still social distance and wear a mask, I promise. So, do check it out. Please do it. Please do it. You know, this is a serious pandemic. It's just like anything else. Measles, rubella, you know, smallpox, polio, HIV, not HIV, like Victor, HIV. you know, it's just another one's come along, but this one kills you. So, and I know several people that have died from corona since this pandemic. It's no joke. I know somebody right now that's got over the corona, but the problem is it left them without walking. That's right. Left them without walking. The one before was in the hospital 2 months and did real good the last month and then died. Boom. So, it's no joke. Death is final, okay? You can go for ghosts, whatever you want to talk about. Death is really seriously final. So, make that decision. And respect others. But the more people can be vaccinated, I think the better off we're going to be. Yes, it's early in the game. There's no guarantee. But it's a choice that you kind of have to make if you want to live. I want to live. I don't need to die. I have too much to do. I would have to find a way back because I have entirely too much to do. So, I don't have time to die right now. Alright? My health is bad enough as it is, but I sure don't need to go out for this. You know? Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Love you. Get your shot.